Well, hello. It's me and T, and it's been a while, hasn't it? Yes, I know. Let's just say I was having a little bit of trouble. Few things were bothering me. We had an election in Canada, and it kind of threw me for a loop. Some things really bothered me about that, and some other things going on in life. Life is like that, but it's been kind of like that a little tougher for me. But that being said, here I am. Aunt T says, and we're gonna do our best to keep going here, so that I get what I can, my creative juices going here as much as I can. So, hello, my nieces and nephews, and friends, and maybe even family somewhere. Whoever's watching, hello, and thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting me. And my message today is black and white together. Woo! Yes, what a concept. So, this election actually had something to do with that, you know? And I've been thinking about that black and white, and things came to me in my meditations again. Things came to me. I received some, like everyone calls it in the spiritual community, downloads. So I got some downloads, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, this is what we're talking about today: black and white. Did you ever think that, not everything is just black and white? That maybe black and white need each other? Anyway, let's have a sip of tea. So, art class. Yes, I'm excited. Okay. So, I got some paper. Okay. Now, can you see? Notice the black paper. Watch it, watch it, watch it. I'll show the surprise there. Okay, so on the black, you notice it's kind of shiny like the sky. It's kind of sparkly. There's a black label there. But you can barely see it, right? Yeah, because it's black on black. So think about that. You can go really deep on that, but I'll spare you the philosophical deepness right now. And look at the white. A white label, cut the same size. Wouldn't you know, I went to the store, and of course they don't make a white label that is the exact same size as the black one. So I had to cut them. But anyway, there, you can hardly see the white on top of white either. So conceptually, does that mean that if you have all white, that you really need some black to be able to conceive of other things, or to be able to see, or to have other things stand out? And when you're doing art, anyone that learns drawing or does artwork, you always learn how to sketch by looking at your object and drawing the negative or the shadow or the negative spaces first. And so when you think of that, white needs black. And when you think of the black, like having black on black, does that mean if you have black in you that you are, and that you, ooh, good grief, black on black? But then stars in the sky shine so brightly in a black sky. Do they not? So I got a little carried away with the paper here, okay? Yes, I was having lots of fun. Took me back to my childhood. Okay, so this is what we did. So we went all crazy here. Okay, so I cut out. So we cut out. So first of all, the white labels were, I was able to put the white labels all in a line, and I would, and for this illustration, think of all the chakras of the body in as far as the colors go. And if you could just imagine that, but we're starting with black and then red and then orange for your sacral, yellow for your solar plexus, green for your heart, blue for your throat. And I don't know, this is usually, they say indigo or like a dark purple. And then you have your fuchsia or pink and the white. So this is actually your crown, but it goes, if you go further than the crown, which I do in meditation. Anyway, there's the white. So again, you have the white on the white, which is very difficult. So I cut these black labels. Okay, there you go. Like this guy here. And I cut them in a curve. Okay. And what happened when I cut them in the curve to make them show up on top of the white label is it kind of creates almost like a snake. Isn't that cool? And when you are doing meditation, you are wanting that snake feeling, right? Of going through your chakras. And notice how the white very easily can accept color. Whereas if I tried to put color on black, the only color that is going to show up is white. Or the yellow might show up a little tiny bit, but basically it's only white will show up on the black. Whereas on white, all the colors appear. So you might say the white has a bit of an advantage, but we'll talk more about that in a second, okay? So now just look at the black, okay? And this is really kind of interesting. So the same thing, I had these black all the way in the center, and I cut the white in the same kind of shape with a bit of a curve. But look what happened this time. It's kind of cool, eh? So it ends up with two white on either side, whereas this one ends up with just one white. Does that mean that the black is better? I'm going to keep asking that because we seem to always be fighting. What's better? Who's winning? Who's the winner? Black? White? Or do we need each other? So getting back to this. So look how the snake appears in this. And it's kind of cool, right? Gaia does. I get excited about stuff like that. So anyway, and when you put any kind of stars or shininess on the black, it has a tendency to really show up. Oh, I got this upside down. Sorry. Yeah, so there we go. There's the black. So black for the earth, red, orange for the solar plexus, or pardon me, the sacral, yellow for the solar plexus, green, and so on. Okay? And so there we go again. And so now when you look at the black, and I put on as a sample a white label on top of the black and a black on the black so that you could see. And then the difference. Okay, let's make sure I got this the right way here. And the difference of the white page with the black on the white and the white and white. So you might be going, okay, all right, what's the big deal about that? Yeah, what's the big deal about it? Well, have you ever thought of it this way? That as humans, foundationally, we start as black. Like the earth is all black. And everything starts from the earth. But we need to apply light. We need to apply light to our earthly canvas in order for us to show our true colors. And so that's what came to me. So that's a powerful message, isn't it? That we start off the same. We have the same foundations. And when you think about this, the cosmos, and you think about the earth, or the universe out there, when you look at the sky, and it isn't always pitch black, it goes different shades. And again, if you go to art again and drawing and anyone doing painting, you always know that you have to go over your canvas with sort of like some type of a paint that is going to help to adhere to other paints on your canvas so it doesn't slip off. And it's kind of like a gloss, or not a gloss, but what I'm trying to say is we start off a blank canvas. We have to, in order for things to stick, we kind of have to put layers on and layers. And sometimes it's not all white, or it's not all black. Sometimes it has to be a little bit of gray, a little bit of a mix of a blue-gray, or sometimes it's a mix of a bit of pink, or orange, or some other shade. Maybe it's green or blue. So whatever it is, we're not all absolutely white or absolutely black. And neither is the world, neither is the sky, neither is anything when you really are looking at it. So, but that being said too, the black needs the white needs the black. As you can see, which one is more beautiful? Which one would you say is more beautiful? Which one is better? Which one is left wing, right wing? Which one is conservative or liberal? I know them. Which one is Republican and Democrat? We have to look at things a little differently. Like, stop looking at things as black and white. We have to come together, people. We have to find a way to come together. If we are to evolve and change, we have to find a way for our colors to shine and come out. We have to find a way, somehow, that we can bring these things together, and then we make things beautiful. Oop, I just dropped one. Oh dear, I lost a couple. So, the blue. So, there was another reason for me talking about this, and I happened to watch. I love music. I happened to watch Lady Gaga's Abracadabra, and there's a lot out there today. There's a lot of stuff out there that's conspiracy theories. That's AI produced. Taking images of Sumerians and the Anunnaki and the, reptilians and who knows what, whatever things out there. And it's really quite cool and interesting. And yeah, it's just like, woo. But let's bring it down to 2025, okay? That happened or could have happened, or we don't know what happened exactly. We have proof in the way of things that we can't explain on this earth, things that are, like the pyramids or like the Sphinx or like many things on this earth that we're just now scratching our heads going, how in the world did they build them, for one thing. So they had to have help, okay? They had to. Now, are we going to go, okay, according to our background of what's right and what's wrong, what's rules and regulations, and we're going to demons and angels, and we're going to take all that from us and lay it down on what we think happened way back then, which we don't even really know, and then put a judgment on it and go, now that's right and that's wrong, and oh, that's scary, and they're just like that, the black or the white, right? Is white better than black? Is black better than white? Is black scary and white protective and the savior? So we have to kind of go and be reasonable and balanced about this, because the time for rules and regulations, the times for knowledge of good and bad, and those things, we have to find a harmony. And right now what is happening is there's a disruption of the harmony. There's a disruption of us trying to find the harmony. And so that is why there is so much out there, everywhere that you look, that are showing you the drastic differences and then blowing it right out of proportion. So let's keep it to our level. What is here and now? What do we know? What do we know, and what can we say without a doubt that is our truth? That is our truth for us. And what can we say about that? That we know these principles that we know, that are balanced, that make sense, that are for the good of all. And that's a very important statement right there. What is for the good of all? And this is what really bothered me and hurt me about the election, is that people didn't vote. Like half the country voted because for the person that they thought would actually help Canada's economy, Canada's issues and problems that we have. And the other half of the country voted out of fear and out of lies that they heard about the other party, thinking that they're going to be bad and horrible because of the lies they heard. And so they voted out of fear. And that really hurt me that happened, that they didn't vote thinking of what is going to be the best for the whole country. And so anyway, that's what set me back. Because I get a little hung up on politics. It's my one thing that when I left my family's religion in 1987, and I had a chance to finally vote. I was finally able and allowed to vote for the first time ever in my life. And I take it seriously. And so, anyway, getting back to what we're talking about here, black and white, right and wrong, left and right, far left, far right. Is there such a thing? Can we come back to the center? Can we find a way to find harmony? Can we possibly find a way to find harmony? And so, getting back to Lady Gaga and abracadabra, I know I went way off on the deep end here. The word abracadabra means I create as I speak. And so I'm creating as I'm speaking here. And I'm hoping I'm getting the point across. Black needs white, white needs black. Let's be harmonious and bring the colors together so that the colors can shine brightly. Do you think you can do that? I'm going to try. Let's all work at this together, okay? Let's all work at this together. And I'm going to add a little bit of sound therapy here too, okay? All right. Okay. Now I'm going to be swearing here as one of my favorite tarot docs. She says, I cuss. Okay. I'm going to cuss a little bit here, okay, for the illustration of this point here. Now, looking at me, I'm in white, a little bit of color here, okay? Love and light. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Go ahead, make my day. Do you feel lucky, punk? It's a nice day. Okay, so now I'm going to say the same thing. Love and light. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Go ahead, make my day. It's a nice day, isn't it? So, to illustrate Is the black scarier? I'm still the same person inside. Is the white scarier? Is the white more righteous? And therefore could get away with saying some nasty, nasty shit. And because the black, I'm wearing the black, you think to yourself, well, yeah, that's the devil. Look at her. Perception, people. Perception. What are you perceiving? What is it you are? What is your point of view? No, I forgot what I think I missed part of what I was going to say there. But anyway, do you get the point? Do you get the point? Not everything is what it seems. Not everything is what you see. And now just look at without either black. And you see, I have a heart, a white heart and a black heart on a purple background. And so, and doesn't it blend together nice? So somehow, some way on this world, let's work on harmony. Let's work on harmony, bringing ourselves together, because that is how we are stronger together. That is how we're going to change into something better. That is how we're going to be able to break through and not have this dependence that we always have on hierarchies, on elites and bureaucracy, all is ruling over us, because we are now becoming powerful ourselves. We are now recognizing that we have the abilities, intelligence, everything within us, each and every one of us. We are the microcosm in the macrocosm that is God. We are part divine, every single one of us. So let's look at it like that. Let's look at that. Let's all become alchemists. Let's all become the magician. Let's bring this together. Black and white together. Ta-da. Hi, so you've reached the end of the video, and I'd like to thank you so much for watching and supporting me. And if you could just click the like button, that really helps me a lot. And if you could also subscribe, it would help as well. And I'm going to keep getting as much videos as I can, and I'm working on now with my new website, fireflyspirit.com, and also my old website, hypnosisworldwide.com. So either one of those, you can look and find me there for more information. And I also help people with doing different types of work with hypnosis and with tarot reading and yeah, all that. So, and I'm going to have things to sell from Aunt T Says, and there'll be all kinds of merch for people to buy on the new website. So stay tuned for that. So it's all coming. But anyway, in the meantime, thank you so much for supporting me, and please click like and subscribe, and yeah, ta-da.